Hello and welcome to the Star Citizen News, each week bringing you the latest info about Star Citizen and Squadron 42. Today is Sunday the 8th of November, and this week's headline special is the monthly report. Star Citizen has currently raised over $94 million in crowdfunding, and I would expect that we might see $100 million in crowdfunding by the beginning of the new year. Every month, CIG release the monthly report. Today we're going to get to see the major accomplishments and work that's been ongoing through October, and the focus for the future. This month is going to be very CitizenCon and Star Citizen Alpha 2.0 heavy, so without further ado, the Santa Monica office. They are working on Item System 2.0, which is much less resource intensive and more efficient than our current system. Improvements have been made to the radar, especially in the way it sees partially hidden objects. A smarter system has been created for rotational ranges for turret hardpoints. They have been implementing the new flight modes to the IFCS, allowing us precision, SEM, which is our current flight model, or current flight mode in Arena Commander, cruise and quantum travel modes to be done efficiently, effectively, and ready for Alpha 2.0. The IFCS is being integrated also into the player EVA movements. They've also been completing 16:9 diegetic screens for multi-cruise ships. The Constellation has been redesigned in regards to how it will handle during flight. Randy Vasquez has written a tech document about salvage mechanics and how they're working game. They also talk about the Crucible and how it's a salvage-capable craft. The Reliant and the Xi'an Scout have also met milestone marks. New EMP and distortion combat mechanics are also being worked on. Lots of functional animations have been finished, like thrusters and landing gear for the Constellation and Reliant. Helping deliver the Admiral Bishop character was another major milestone for the Santa Monica office. The writers have obviously also been busy there, working on that massive star map and the lore too. CIG Austin, the PU or Persistent Universe team there have been looking towards the up-and-coming release of 2.0 and the new features for the social module. They're putting the finishing touches to the Million Mile High Club, the bartender and doorman NPCs, as well as the animations there. The environment team is focusing on Nix now. They were able to reallocate some resources now that other things have been finished. They've also been working on the new shop, the Kasaba Outlet clothing store. This will be the first iteration of in-game store purchasing experiences that we'll get. We're also going to see the new shopping AI, or shopping UI in fact, amongst other things once that's complete. Character customization and clothing assets have obviously been given a lot of discussion and work. They're adding new animations for NPCs for the future subsumption updates, including working on polishing the male locomotion sets before they move on to the female sets. They did a lot of work with the 1.3 alpha release. They increased the player cap from 25 to 40, as well as improving performance in ArcCorp. There's loads and loads of under-the-hood optimizations they've been doing as well that will greatly improve the player experience in the future. The QA team there has been working hard at testing 2.0 builds for potential PTU or Public Test Universe release. Intel have bought them a prototype server for testing their latest SSD drives, or SS drives, because they're solid state drives. I'm not sure what people put the extra D in there. I've gone mad. But they're super fast, these servers, and they might consider getting some in the future. DevOps have been improving the way that data will be distributed to us too, making our lives slightly more efficient. Foundry 42 UK. Much work was done on CitizenCon, and now they're trying to get Crusader, the Alpha 2.0, into our hands as soon as possible. In the initial 2.0 build, quantum fuel and rearming will be free, but when the rec system comes online for players, they're going to need to think about travel costs. It's going to cost you money for fuel. There are several starter missions dotted around the map and a specific FPS or first-person shooter combat location for those brave enough to explore. Some design resources have been moved back to Squadron 42 now, as most of the critical blockers for 2.0 have been already resolved. They are talking about AI progress a lot here as well, and an asteroid base that we might be able to find and tackle in the Persistent Universe. The audio team there have learnt from Gamescom, and they were really able to bring it for CitizenCon. They have been working on improving audio for both 2.0 and the social module. Animation and the QA are now getting 2.0 as ship-shape as possible for us. They have finished many features like distant shadows, multi-crew ship damage, and the level of detail systems. Lots and lots of CPU optimizations have been made. They're also looking at improving the Retaliator's damage so that you can split that ship into two, and they will effectively have two ships that will kind of function, if you see what I mean. That's not a tactic. That's you can cut that ship in half, and you'll have the engines that may be able to fire off separately, and the front of the ship will still work. They could hack in a fix to make that work, but they want it to be done properly, really. Ship and damage ambient effects continue to be polished. R&D has begun on a new type of ship weapon, but they're not telling us too much more about that. The ship team has been growing. They're working on the interior of the Starfarer at the moment. The Vanguard is being marched forward slowly to be hangar ready. The Freelancer interior and exterior is taking shape, but it's still early days with that. And the Sabre is currently being grey boxed. The prop team is focusing on two major areas currently, the ship components and the shopping experience. They are paving the way for ship customization and performance in the future. The shopping experience for the social module is about giving players more options and to make you feel alive while purchasing your wares. The environment team has been optimizing and making sure that 2.0 that we saw at CitizenCon was as good as possible. They are eager to get 2.0 into our hands. Foundry 42DE, the weapon art team, have been working on scope attachments for guns. They've also been working a lot on style guides, which basically help shape and influence the look and feel of ships and personal weapons. They have been experimenting with building space station-like structures and combining multiple environments together. This will enable them in the future to build high-quality areas while maintaining quality. Careers are being fleshed out at the moment so that we'll have more of a clear picture of what players can actually do in the Star Citizen universe. They've been working on a variety of effects and improvements to many systems. Quantum drive, repair drones, fog, dust, and many, many more things. What we saw from CitizenCon with Admiral Bishop is not finalised either. They're still cleaning that up, making it more polished. Also, work on Mark Hamill's character's first scene has been began, and that for some people there has been an amazing experience to be able to work on that. Some impressive work has also been done with AI and AI behaviours. They are focusing a lot on the Morrow tour currently too at the moment. That was the walk around the interior of the Idris that we saw at CitizenCon. Engineering was working on upping the quality of CitizenCon and 1.3. Many optimizations to the back end have been made and were made. A lot of the code has been cleaned up as well, and they have helped the FPS team build a new animation rig. Lots and lots more has been done, but they will tell us in more detail exactly what in the future. The BHVR studio, they worked on character customization, shops and stores for some new locations, setting up some amazing vistas and a new asteroid that we'll be able to explore very soon. They did the final art pass on the very special club, which is coming to the elevator soon. The first iteration of that loadout selector in our hackers currently is theirs, as well as the new chat features that were added to 1.3. The ability to access the different instances of ArcCorp is also their work. They've also been working on a ship selector item, or the console, that will enable players to spawn in their ships on a landing pad in 2.0, and they've been fixing scoreboard issues for Star Marine. The Moon Collider Studio, they've been improving AI, being able to fly closer to objects. So this is now smarter when it comes across unexpected objects, when it's like trying to fly around an asteroid, that it will make decisions with that object, whether it should try and plow through it as quick as it can, or if it can avoid it, or it will try and work out if it's got time to avoid it. It's a lot more clever than it used to be. Also, they've been working on death flourishes and death spirals, so fatally damaged ships will drift or spiral out of control before being destroyed. They've been refactoring takeoff and landing systems too. Landing areas should now be a lot easier for them to set up, which means that maps can be built faster. Turbulent, the referral system was their work, allowing players to be rewarded for inviting friends that join Star Citizen. There are rewards currently shown for up to 10 recruits that will get you a $90 Gladius ship as well as some golden hangar flare and all the previous little rewards. But it's suggested that there will also be rewards for 25, 42 and 100 referrals in the future. They unveiled the Squadron 42 landing page for the latest Squadron 42 information as part of the RSI main website, and they also released that ARC star map on the main site. This is an interactive star map of Star Citizen's known universe, and it's won many rewards or awards already. It's an awesome interactive site. Please check it out if you haven't already, guys. And that's the end of the monthly report. If you'd like to read the full article, which is quite extensive, I'll put a link in the description below. 2.0 is super imminent, but it is an iterative process. So please remember, it's ready when it's ready, but it is almost ready. Every day they discover new blockers, or they try and fix the new blockers, and the QA guys are trying out the 2.0 builds as we speak, most likely, getting them ready and seeing if they are passable to be put into our hands without any major crashes, blockers, or problems. Notes from the verse. This is where I take a selection of other little tiny news nuggets and regurgitate them back at your face holes. Concierge Black cards are now available for pre-order for $10, excluding taxes. These basically are a cool little metal card. They look cool. They've got a hornet on them. I quite like them. It will provide access to VIP events in the future that will be like pop-up events and meetings. So they might be like, oh, we've got a meeting here in London. You can attend if you've got this VIP card, or that might get you free entry or something. They're available from the merchandise store. The Concierge Forum has been taken over by Patrick. So the Concierge Forum is basically a place for Concierge members to talk with each other, but also provide feedback for a variety of things. They're always looking for new ideas for exclusive hangar flare for Concierge backers. Infinity Battlescape. So this is a game on Kickstarter. It's an epic space sim with hundreds of players where they wage war across a seamless, procedurally generated, true-to-scale solar system. It's a Kickstarter project with a similar mission to that of Star Citizen. It goes towards a 3-faction models that you can kind of join, so you can join one of the 3 factions, which is a similar style really to PlanetSide 2. And basically you compete across a large, semi-persistent solar system. It's very much geared towards combat, though exploration and other mechanics will feature. Chris Roberts posted on the main RSI website about how it's worth checking out and how cool it is, so I'll put a link in the description below here too. We've had a bit of a USER.cfg update for anyone that's interested. A few people have posted me some extra lines of code that you can add to a USER.cfg file, which help prevent a lot of crashes in 1.3. I have updated our USER.cfg guide, and I'll link it in the description below for you to write your own USER.cfg and to get these extra lines of code. Note that this does not solve the SLI crash issues. You will have to disable SLI in most cases with Star Citizen 1.3 to avoid crashes. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to our Patreons. You guys are awesome and help me be able to do this, the news and videos in general. If you'd like a more in-depth look at the news and the official sources and shows this week, please check out our weekly review video, and I'll see you in the verse.